Dear students, today we are going to discuss another topic of work power energy lesson. Loss of kinetic energy in perfectly inelastic collision. We know there are two kind of collision. We already studied two kind of collision. One is elastic. Elastic collision. Another one is inelastic. Elastic collision, inelastic collision. What is elastic collision? How to distinguish? This collision is elastic, this one is inelastic. If the two bodies are separated by certain distance, whose masses are m1 and m2, moving one direction, whose velocity is u1, another body's velocity is u2. Here the u1 velocity greater than u2. This u1 meets on u2, that means a colloid. After collision, the two bodies are moving the different velocity. It means u1 becomes v1, u2 becomes v2. Suppose this is a mass m1, it is a m2, so m1 and m2. In this collision, this type of the collision is called inelastic collision. But in elastic collision, after the collision, the two bodies are moving with the common velocity. So m1 plus m2. It is m1, this is m2. See, there are two bodies. Velocity of the first body is greater than the velocity of second body. If this first body is meet on the second body, that is touching on the second body, that may be the collision. Due to the collision, after the collision, the first body moves with velocity v1, second body moves with velocity v2. So this type of the collision is elastic collision. But in elastic collision, after the collision, the two bodies stick together, is moving with the common velocity. That kind of velocity is called inelastic collision. Inelastic collision. But in the case of elastic and inelastic collision, we can explain another one more example. This is the body dropping from certain height, from the ground. After striking on the floor, once again a rebound, meet at the same height. From this surface it is h1, this one is h2. When the bodies are dropped with velocity is u1, striking on the surface of the floor, after striking on the floor, a rebound. These bodies are rebound and regain the original height. But in this case, the total momentum, linear momentum, m1 u1 plus m2 u2, total linear momentum before collision is equal to total linear momentum after collision, m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So they are moving the different velocity after collision. So there is a total linear momentum. So the total linear momentum is conserved. The collision before is equal to collision after. That is the momentum of collision before, which is equal to momentum of collision after. So the total linear momentum is a conserved. Total linear momentum is conserved in the case of elastic. So this is elastic. Kinetic energy. How to calculate the kinetic energy? We know that kinetic energy EK is equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy before collision is equal to kinetic energy after collision. So kinetic energy before is equal to kinetic energy after. How to calculate the kinetic energy? We know the formula by using half mv square for 1 by 2 m1 v1 square, u1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square for the first body before collision is equal to kinetic energy after collision 1 by 2 m1 v1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 v2 square. See, both the total momentum and kinetic energy are conserved before is equal to after. So in this case, in the elastic collision, momentum conserve, kinetic energy conserve. That means kinetic energy before collision is equal to kinetic energy after collision. Momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision in the case of elastic collision. But is there any loss of kinetic energy? There is no loss of kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy, how to calculate the kinetic energy? Half mv square. For example, this is height. Half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. We know that the formula velocity v is equal to root of 2gh. Root of 2gh. Height remains, so velocity directly proportional to h. Height remains same. If the height remains same, there is no changing the kinetic energy. So there is no loss of kinetic energy in the case of elastic collision. But in the case of inelastic collision, perfectly inelastic collision, this is the floor. Same bodies dropped from certain height, striking on the floor. It is H1. After striking on the floor, rebound and meet certain height. That means H2. Here H2 less than H1. Here the H1 is equal to H2. The height of H2 after rebound the body, the beat lesser than the first height. Lesser than the first height. So the H lesser. H2 lesser than the H1. If there is a change in the height, there will be loss of kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy also change. Where in the case of inelastic collision, because the velocity v directly proportional to h, the kinetic energy half m v square v. Kinetic energy proportional to v square root of h. So ek directly proportional to h1. Ek 1, that is before, it is after, directly proportional to h2. There is a change in height. If there is a change in the height, there is changing the kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy is not conserved, where in the case of inelastic collision. But in the case of elastic collision, total momentum and kinetic energy constant. That means conserve. Momentum and kinetic energy conserve. In the case of elastic, collision, both momentum, linear momentum and kinetic energy are constant. That means conserve. But in the case of inelastic collision, this is inelastic. Inelastic collision, total momentum remain constant. But kinetic energy is not constant. So initial kinetic energy. So kinetic energy initial is not equal to kinetic energy final. Initial kinetic energy is not equal to final kinetic energy. So that is the difference. We can differentiate the given collision is elastic or non-elastic by using the kinetic energy. But total energy is always a concern in both cases. Total means what? Kinetic energy plus some other energies. The case of elastic collision, total momentum, that is a total linear momentum and kinetic energy are constant. But in the case of inelastic collision, only the momentum conserved and the kinetic energy is not conserved. So initial kinetic energy is not equal to final kinetic energy. Why? There is a loss. So there is a loss of some energy when striking on the floor, but they are not meeting the same height. So the height is lesser than the previous one. When the height changes, energy loss. So in the case of inelastic collision, energy loss is very less. It's almost zero. But in elastic collision, there is a energy loss. In elastic collision, there is a energy loss. The kinetic energy loss converted to, it may be heat energy or sound energy. Heat energy, so loss of kinetic energy. So initial kinetic energy is not equal to final kinetic energy. There may be the loss of kinetic energy. That kinetic energy may be converted as sound energy and heat energy, anyhow the total energy remain constant or conserved. So in elastic collision, total linear momentum and kinetic energy are conserved. But in elastic collision, only the total momentum conserved, kinetic energy is not conserved. So why the kinetic energy losses? Now we are going to find out by using this method. In elastic collision, so this is the first body whose mass is m1 moving with the velocity u1, taking on another body mass m2 moving with the velocity u2. After contact or collide, but they are moving with same velocity. That's a common velocity. So this is m1, u1, m1 it is m2. It is the initial velocity. After contact collide, they are stick together is moving. So m1 and m2 with the common velocity v1. Common velocity v1. So u1 becomes v1 in the case of elastic collision. u2 may be changed into vt in the case of elastic collision. But in elastic collision, after collision, the two bodies are moving the same velocity, stick together. The two bodies are stick together and moving. Now, the linear momentum. Linear momentum. How to calculate linear momentum? m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Linear momentum before collision. Linear momentum before collision is equal to linear momentum after collision. After collision, the two bodies are moving the same velocity v, not v1, that is the v. u1, u2 becomes v. So m1v plus m2v are combined together. m1u1 plus m2u2, take v is a common, m1 plus m2. v is a velocity. What velocity? It is a final velocity after collision. After collision. So v is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. This is the formula to calculate final velocity after collision in the case of inelastic collision. In inelastic collision, the final velocity of the two bodies stick together could be calculated m1 u1 plus m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. But our aim to calculate loss of kinetic energy. How much kinetic energy is lost? There is a loss of kinetic energy. Where the kinetic energy is greater, where the kinetic energy is lesser. See, in the case before collision, they are separated. After collision, stick together is moving with common velocity. So the before collision, the velocity would be the maximum. After collision, the velocity is common. So the loss of kinetic energy lesser in the case of after collision. So the changing kinetic energy del Q or loss of kinetic energy put is del Q, symbol del Q. So del Q is equal to kinetic energy before minus kinetic energy after. Initial kinetic energy minus the final kinetic energy. So there is a loss of energy, that is a kinetic energy, where the kinetic energy initially is greater. Kinetic energy is after collision is lesser because they stick together. So kinetic energy before collision is equal to before collision minus kinetic energy after collision. There is a loss of kinetic energy. See, we know that the kinetic energy, how to calculate the kinetic energy before collision? Kinetic energy before collision. Kinetic energy before collision. Before collision, they are moving with different velocity. So half mv square formula. V represents velocity, here the V represents velocity generally, but here the u1 is the initial velocity of the first body, u2 is the initial velocity of the second body. So half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. Kinetic energy before collision. Kinetic energy after collision. Kinetic energy after collision half mv square of, say they are moving with the common velocity. After collision they are moving with the common velocity. So m1 m2 common velocity, m1 u1 plus m2 u2, v is a common, m1 plus m2. So half m1 plus m2 v square. This is the kinetic energy after collision. Okay, the kinetic energy before collision, because they are a different velocity. Okay, the velocity common. The two bodies are stick together, so moving the same direction. So loss of kinetic energy is initial kinetic energy minus final kinetic energy. So initial kinetic energy before collision, final kinetic energy after collision. So in a kinetic energy initial minus kinetic energy after. So del Q is equal to half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square minus half m1 m1 plus m2 v square. This is the loss of kinetic energy. Loss of kinetic energy before collision minus kinetic energy after collision. So half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square minus half m1 plus m2 v square. We already calculated v square. What is a v square? V square velocity of the body after collision. Velocity of the body after collision, v is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. Substitute in this. So it is equation number 1, it is equation number 2. Substitute equation number 1 into, that means substitute v into equation number 2. Okay, del q is got m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square minus 1 by 2 m1 plus m2 v square. In this place a v, put this v. Now del q becomes del q becomes 1 by 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 square minus 1 by 2 m1 plus m2 instead of b, put this value. So m1 u1 square, sorry, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2 whole square. Take this m1 plus m2 whole square, this m1 plus m2 cancel. Or in all format, in all case, 3 cases, take 1 by 2 is a common. 1 by 2 is a common. In this case, m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square, or here you put this is square, this is also square. This m1 plus m2 1 cancel. So m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square minus, this is the case minus, put minus, or this is a plus b in the form of a plus b. So a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Simplify and expand by using the formula a plus b whole square. So m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square minus m1 m2, m1 plus m2, here m1 plus m2 cancel. So m1 u1, so m1 square u1 square, a square plus b square Again, minus of minus, minus. Minus m2 square, u2 square. A square plus b square plus 2ab. Plus 2ab minus of plus minus. So minus 2 m1, m2, u1, u2 divided by this m1 plus m2. m1 plus m2. Okay. Now take LCM for this case. If this part divided by m1 plus m2, but this is cross multiple m1 by m2. So LCM multiple m1 u1 square. So m square u1 square plus m2 m1 or m1 m2 u1 square. Again this step m1 m2 u2 square. Again plus m2 square u2 square. Now this part minus m1 square u1 square minus m2 square u2 square minus 2m1 m2 u1 u2 divided by this part m1 plus m2. See, m1 square u1 square minus m1 square u1 square, this part cancel. Minus m2 square u2 square plus m2 square u2 square, this part cancel. Here m1 m2 u1 square plus m1 m2 u2 square minus 2 m1 m2 u1 u2. In all terms, m1 m2 common. m1 m2 common. Take outside 1 by 2 m1 m2 remaining portion. If we take m1 m2 is a common, remaining u1 square. In this part m1 m2 common, remaining u2 square plus u2 square. Okay, the m1 m2 common, remaining minus 2 u1 u2 minus 2 u1 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. Now take common outside this 1 by 2 m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 remaining this part u1 square plus u2 square minus 2 u1 u2. This is a square plus b square minus 2ab, like a square plus b square minus 2ab is equal to a minus b the whole square format. u1 square plus u2 square minus 2 u1 u2 could be written as, so 1 by 2 m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 u1 minus u2 the whole square. This is del q. Del q, it is a loss of kinetic energy in the case of inelastic collision, could be calculated 1 by 2 m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1 minus u2 the whole square. So this is a loss of kinetic energy, not conserved in the case of inelastic collision. So inelastic collision, only the total momentum remain constant. Total momentum remain constant. Kinetic energy is not constant. So kinetic energy varies. Because after collision, the kinetic energy lost. The loss of kinetic energy can be converted as some other heat energy or sound energy. But total energy is always constant in the case of both, in the case of inelastic and non-inelastic. Inelastic collision and elastic collision. Perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic, total energies are constant. But kinetic energies remain constant only in elastic collision. In elastic collision, kinetic energy is not constant. Only in both cases, linear momentum remain constant. That is the concern. But the kinetic energy in inelastic collision, there is changing the kinetic energy. The kinetic energy is not constant. The kinetic energy could be calculated by using this another term. This is called coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution. So the energy, the amount of energy during the collision, amount of energy during collision could be calculated coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution. That is shortly we can call it as a COR. Coefficient of restitution. This is the term. The amount of energy lost, del Q calculated. But the kinetic energy during the collision, both in elastic and inelastic collision, could be calculated by using the term. The new term is called coefficient of restitution. Shortly we can call it as COR. What is a coefficient of restitution? Let us consider one of the collision. Body mass m1, first body, moving with the velocity u1. Second body, mass m2, moving with the velocity u2. Moving with the velocity u2. Here, u1 greater than u2. See, both are moving same direction. In order to strike the first body on second body, the first body velocity must be greater than the second body velocity. Unless the first body not strike on the second body. So the first body velocity must be greater than the second body's velocity. So the velocity u1 is greater than u2. Suppose this body is moving 10 meter per second velocity. This body is moving 5 meter per second. So the velocity of the first body is greater than the velocity of the second body. Definitely this body is able to strike on the second body. After collision, first body moving with velocity v1, second body is moving with velocity is v2. Moving with velocity. Here the whose velocity is greater? First body and the second bodies are contact, but they are moving the same direction, m1 and m2. u1 first body velocity greater than the second body velocity. So first body strike on the second body. Now the second body moves faster than the first body. In the before collision, the first body velocity greater than the second body velocity. Then only the first body is strike on the second body. Now, after collision, the velocity of the second body must be greater than the velocity of second body here. So, V2 greater than V1. V2 greater than the V1. See, in the term coefficient of restitution, so denoted by the symbol E. Coefficient of restitution. It is E. How to calculate that term, the kinetic energy during the collision? By using the term coefficient restitution. Coefficient restitution E could be written as the velocity changes after collision to velocity changes before collision. So the before collision velocity change. Now the first body approaches second body. First body approaches the second body. Here, after collision, the first body and second bodies are separated because the second body is moving faster than the second body. Here they are separated. The first body moving towards second bodies after collision. The second body is moving faster than the second body. Second body is moving faster than the first body. In this, before collision, there is approaches. Two bodies approaching. First body is approaching the second body. After collision, second body moving away from the second body. Second body is moving away from first body. They are separated. So there is a relative velocity. What is the relative velocity of first body? Before collision. Relative velocity before collision. That is u1 minus u2. There is a velocity of the first body greater than the velocity of second body. And relative velocity after collision. After collision. That means whose velocity is greater? V2 velocity is greater. So V2 minus V1. V2 minus V1. Now the term we are introducing, that is a coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution is symboled by E, denoted by the symbol E. So E is equal to velocity of separation before collision. Velocity of separation before collision to velocity of approach after collision. Sir, velocity of separation, this is after. Separation after. Velocity of separation after collision to velocity of approach. Before collision. This is coefficient of restitution. The kinetic amount of kinetic energy during the collision could be calculated by using the formula of using the notation E. That is, E is called coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution may be defined as, it is a ratio of velocity of separation after collision to velocity of approach before collision. So E is equal to velocity of separation after collision. What is velocity after collision? V2 minus V1. V2 minus V1. V2 minus V1. Velocity of approach before collision. Before collision, this is U1 minus U2. U1 minus U2. No unit. Dimensionless quantity, because E is divided by both velocity. It is E is equal to, maybe V2 minus V could be written as a V. It may be the U. Change in velocity before, so after change in velocity before. So there are no unit because of both terms, numerator and denominator, divided by this unit velocity, so it has no unit. Dimensionless quantity. Dimensionless quantity. So velocity of separation after collision to velocity of separation before collision. Velocity of approach before collision is called coefficient of restitution. The coefficient of restitution always, E value always lies between 0 to 1. 0 to 1. E value always lies between 0 to 1. How, sir? Suppose, for example, take the two bodies. One is elastic body, another one is a plastic body. If elastic body dropped from the height, certain height, it is a elastic. Elastic sphere. Elastic sphere dropped from certain height, striking on the floor. 1 second rebound to reach the same height. Rebound, same height. So velocity changes. There is the initial velocity, it's a final velocity. So initial velocity, final velocity are equal. Heights are also equal. Velocity are equal. Initial velocity, there is no change in the energy. So initial velocity after incident on the floor, 1 second regain the original position. So H1, H2. So H1 is equal to H2. Both the velocities are equal. So there is no change in the velocity before collision as well as after collision. So E is equal to 1 for elastic. Condition perfectly elastic. Perfectly elastic collision, coefficient of restitution is equal to 1. Suppose the body is dropped on the floor. If you dropped a certain speed, 1 second regain the original position. We can catch the same height of the ball. So there is no changing the energy. If there is no change in the kinetic energy, coefficient of restitution E is equal to 1. Coefficient of restitution E is equal to 1 for only the perfectly elastic body. If any body is a perfectly elastic, E is equal to 1. In the case of plastic body, it is a plastic. If the plastic body is dropped, plastic sphere is dropped from certain height, H1. After striking on the floor, it will not rebound. It will not rebound. So the H2 is equal to 0. So U initial velocity, V final velocity is 0. Final velocity is 0. In this case, E is equal to 0 because E is equal to V by U, change in velocity. Change in velocity after 0 by del U. 0 by anything is equal to 0. So perfectly elastic. Perfectly plastic. So E is equal to 0. E is equal to 0. So coefficient of restitution, perfectly elastic body is equal to 1. Perfectly plastic body is equal to 0. Suppose some other body is rebound, meeting the certain height, not equal to the previous one. That is H2. So H2 less than H1. H2 less than H1. If H2 less than H1, the velocity, final velocity lesser than the initial velocity. So numerator lesser than the denominator. So E value is lesser than 1. E value lesser than 1. So E less than 1. E is less than 1. It may be the fraction value. So that is why the E value always lies between 0 to 1. Two extreme condition for perfectly plastic, E is equal to 0. Perfectly elastic, E is equal to 1. The coefficient of restitution has no unit. So both the terms are measured by the velocity. So it is a dimensionless quantity. So the dimensionless quantity which measure amount of kinetic energy in the during elastic collision in inelastic collision. So in perfectly elastic collision, kinetic energy and total linear momentum remain constant. Perfectly inelastic collision, only the total linear momentum remain constant, but the kinetic energy is not equal to constant. So there is a loss of kinetic energy. So loss of kinetic energy is to be derived in earlier. But the term of kinetic energy is measured by using the coefficient of restitution. So coefficient of restitution is nothing but it is a ratio of velocity of separation after collision or to velocity of approach before collision. That means V2 minus V1 divided by U1 minus U2. Okay, we will discuss next topic next class. Thank you.